Let's see. Is there sound? I need to turn this up. It's all the way down. Is there sound? I need to turn this up. Yes, there is sound. Now I'm not going to forget to mute myself. I'm going to do that first thing. Has it occurred to anyone yet that if I manage to get this shiny rather quickly, like, I don't know, let's say first 10 resets, if I get this quickly, then that's gonna be it. I got nothing else planned. It'll be like a 5-minute stream, and then I'm gonna turn this off. If that happens. Music doesn't even have a chance to play. Well, Zora's Domain is a no-go, so let's see if Forest Temple will get any sort of hit. Let's see, today I got a shiny Coughing and a shiny Absol in Pokemon Go. You know, I used to call Absol Absol. I used to pronounce it Absol. I don't know why. Anyone else thought Absol was a legendary thanks to the movie? Wishmaker Jirachi. Anyone else thought that? I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm the only one who thought Heatran evolved into Regigigas. Alright, so I got 3 things to talk about today. I wasn't able to watch episode 3 of Creature Commandos last time, but I did today. So I got episode 3 of Creature Commandos, The Boys, and Oshinoko Season 2. I watched all of those literally just before starting this. Look, it's a lot of time to reserve, okay? The Boys average like an hour an episode. Creature Commandos and Oshinoko, those episodes are like 20 minutes to 25 minutes. That's like 45 minutes. So it's a lot of time to set aside, you know? An hour and 45 minutes is a lot of time to set aside. And then, you know, earlier today, I realized, oh shit, I'm gonna hunt Yveltal at night. I didn't watch any of them yet. So, I really quickly watched all of them. And now here I am. You know, what's sad is this is probably the last time these episodes are going to all be aligned like this. Because I'm talking about episode 3 for all of them. Because, you know, Creature Commandos is a weekly release. And I'm going to watch more episodes of The Boys and Oshinoko before the next episode comes out. So let's just enjoy, you know, the alignment of the stars real quick. Or, you know, just enjoy it for the moment before it is tarnished forever. How is everyone doing tonight on the fine evening of the 15th of December. It's already half the month. Can you guys believe that? We're already halfway into the month. I couldn't believe it was, already December 2nd, and here I am. I blink my eyes, and it's already the 15th. It's like, before I knew it, 2 weeks had passed. We are, why did this word come to mind? We are edging closer and closer. Why did the word edging come to mind? We are inching closer and closer to New Year's, where I will be alone at the hit of midnight. Here's a shower thought for you. You ever realize that there are millions to billions of people whose last word of the year is 1? Because everyone counts down. They count down from 10. When they say 1, well, then it hits New Year's. Now it's into the New Year's. Everyone shouts, Happy New Year. So everyone, their final word of the year is 1. You ever thought about that? And I guess, same thing. Everyone's first words of the year is Happy New Year, but it's not as impactful. It doesn't hit as hard as realizing everyone's unanimous final word of the year is 1. Of course, if you're Chris Griffin, you will say, some animals give me boners. What else happened today before I start talking about the episodes? I am now down to my final Furfrou hunt. I got the 9th shiny last night. I actually forgot to count how many eggs it took. So, that remains a mystery at this moment. I only need 1 more shiny Furfrou. Ain't that crazy? Like, 2.5 weeks ago, I didn't have any. And now I have 9. And I really expected this hunt to take, like, months. But here I am, like, just a couple weeks later. I mean, it's not the most crazy thing to really grasp. Masuda odds. Yeah, and, like, non-stop, consistently doing it all day. It makes sense that I made it this far in that short amount of time. Alright, well, I'm gonna start off with Creature Commandos. So episode 3, this episode primarily followed G.I. Robot. It seems like we're gonna get an episode focused for each character. Episode 1, first of all, was just introducing the cast. Episode 2 focused on the bride. Episode 3 focused on G.I. Robot. So we still need I almost said a restaurant. We still need an episode for Nina, for Dr. Phosphorus. I don't know if we really need one for Weasel. And probably an episode for Rick Flag Sr., though that one also, it's like, do we really need that one? I mean, sure, we can get flashbacks to Rick Flag Sr. with his son, but that's about all I can think about. Then again, who knows? James Gunn, who knows what's going on in that mind of his? So let's see, this episode, once again, just like episode 2, constantly jumps back and forth between the past and the present, flashing back and giving us some, context to G.I. Robot's backstory, as well as what's going on in the present. Remember, present day, Cersei attacked both Bride and Nina, and then it turns out that that was just a trick, that was a deception. So, Cersei basically lured all of the Creature Commandos away in order to go back to attack Princess Ilana. Well, in the past, we see G.I. Robot during, I don't know which World War is it. Was it World War II? Forgive me for not knowing history. Pretty sure it was World War II. So yeah, we see G.I. Robot in World War II killing a bunch of Nazis. We see he's, revered as the Tin Man who saved the I don't know, the Howling Commandos. And then we see him throughout history. We see him being announced to the world. I'm actually not too sure what that scene was. It was just the world recognizing G.I. Robot. He gets experimented on, not really experimented on, but studied by a scientist. I forget his name. And then eventually, he ends up in the hands of an ancient, like an artifact, a history artifact collector. And, well, I gotta say, I did not expect my name to show up or be spoken in this episode. And hey, for once, my name isn't associated with someone either Scottish or fat. But instead, this time, the name Angus is a cat. So, wow, that was unexpected. Didn't expect to hear my name in the episode. And what's funny thing is, like, the random names that James Gunn chose for these characters just so happen to line up with, you know, my life. Because he basically listed off family member names from me. You know, there was a cat named Angus, and then the guy's name was Sam. You know, that's my father's name. And then, you know, Sam had a friend named Billy. Rest in peace to Billy. I miss him every day. So, at first, hearing Sam's voice, it didn't really click with me. And then the more I heard it, the more I'm like, is that Michael Rooker's voice? That sounds a lot like Michael Rooker. Now, I didn't pay attention to the end credits, so maybe it was Michael Rooker, maybe not. But given how James Gunn likes hiring or casting his friends in roles, yeah, let's face it, it was probably Michael Rooker. Once I recognized it was Michael Rooker's voice, I couldn't unhear it. I couldn't unhear it just being Michael Rooker. So then, you know, Sam is trying to be nice to G.I. Robot as a family member. Brings him to his, like, friends gathering, which is like a gathering of present-day Nazis. And then G.I. Robot just goes crazy and kills them all. I'm just thinking, like, brother, do you not know what you collected from the war? You collected a Nazi killing machine. And you're bringing him to where now? Well, and then we see G.I. Robot's backstory leading up to present day, in a way, like a big montage. So G.I. Robot is actually tried in a court of law. He's found guilty, and then he's sentenced in prison, which is where we met him. And then we see G.I. Robot, you know, time-lapse in his jail cell, rusting away over, presumably, many, many years. What else? What else? We also see Alana try to escape the, you know, Sons of Themyscira. Yeah, that's about it, because the Sons are attacking the castle, and then the guards, which hilariously have, like, Iron Man night suits where they can fly around in them. They're, you know, they're basically, it's basically a battlefield at the castle grounds. So yeah, the creature commandos come back, and then Flag is like, yes, G.I. Robot, these are indeed Nazis, and then G.I. Robot just kills away. Well, Cersei is attacking Alana, but then Weasel comes out of nowhere and starts attacking viciously. You know, tackles her down to the outside grounds. Weasel is absolutely mutilating her, as well as Dr. Phosphorus just burning her. So it's like, whoa, ho, 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 this is graphic, even for animation. Well, by the end of the episode, Cersei claims, like, you don't know what you've done. You've doomed the world. And then the episode ends. So, we have to see just what's going on. And also, it seems like G.I. Robot died in this episode. Cersei destroyed him. And, you know, Nina's all upset about it because she actually became, like, rather close friends with him for, like, the day that they were together. But then, you know, I really scratched my head, like, what is Nina even doing here? Because we haven't seen her really do anything yet. Like, she can't breathe without her suit, without her reverse, you know, sandy cheek suit. But when she got her suit back so she can actually breathe, she didn't really do anything. So I'm not too sure what the Zora's purpose is just yet. I guess we'll have to wait until we get her, you know, backstory in an episode. So yeah, there you go. That's basically episode 3 of Creature Commandos. Oh yeah, in the arrest scene, the scene where G.I. Robot's arrested, we saw other characters, other villains, who are confirmed to exist in the universe. Now, I'm not too sure who the other two are, but I did recognize Animal Vegetable Mineral Man, which is like the greatest supervillain name I've ever heard. Animal Vegetable Mineral Man. So that confirms in the DCU, Animal Vegetable Mineral Man exists. You know, we saw him on Doom Patrol, of all shows. Which I guess, if any live-action DC show was going to do Animal Vegetable Mineral Man, it was going to be Doom Patrol. If there was ever a show, a live-action DC show to do it, it was Doom Patrol. Alright, I need to pour myself some water. I am indeed also hatching furfro eggs on the side. Why is this Yveltal not being shiny? Oh, you know what? I haven't played this one yet. Is this the right one? Yes. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember Clocktown theme starting off with Hyrule Field. I guess it's been quite a while since I last heard the beginning of Clocktown. So let's see. Yeah, What If and Squid Game are coming out near the end of the month. Craven's already out. I don't think I'm going to see it in theater. I'd much rather... If there's a movie this holiday I'd much rather go to the theater to watch, it's Sonic. Sonic 3. Which, you know, I've said before, like, my doubts about Robotnik, or Gerald. My doubts as in, like, is that actually Jim Carrey playing him? Or did they cast an actual, like, other person to play Gerald? They released a little featurette showing that, yes, it is indeed Jim Carrey playing both roles. I could barely recognize him, you know? Underneath all those prosthetics, I'm like, is that really Jim Carrey? Under all those prosthetics? It's almost like, is that really Colin Farrell underneath those prosthetics playing Penguin? Who knows? You know, we got a Penguin spin-off series from the Batman. Maybe we'll get a Gerald Robotnik spin-off TV series from Sonic 3. We got Knuckles, didn't we? So I just texted him. Let's see if he'll show up. Because I texted him, I'm about to talk about The Boys. Let's see if he'll show up. He may have tuned in at the beginning, but he has no interest in me talking about Creature Commando, so he probably tuned out. You know, last night, I was texted by a friend of mine. He was texting me about, like, you know, the amiibo that I had my eye on that GameStop had, or should have, or soon to have, whatever. Because for quite a while now, I've been non-stop checking the GameStop site, because they have a Cloud Player 2 amiibo listed up, but it's not available yet. So I constantly check. I'm gonna check right now. I'm gonna refresh the page. No. And the Cloud Player 2 is directly beside Sephiroth. So a couple weeks ago, when I showed the screenshot of this to him, like, yo, I'm keeping my eye on GameStop's website because they have a Cloud Player 2. So then, he was like, oh, I'm gonna go into GameStop in person and ask about it. And I'm like, alright, let me know what they say. And then, silence for a couple weeks. So then he texted me last night, which I didn't get a chance to reply to. He's like, man, I thought I was texting you. I was texting a different person with the same name. I thought it was you. And then I realized, like, wait, why isn't he responding? He would have responded immediately. You know, if I told him, yo, GameStop has an amiibo that you don't have and want. So I replied to him this morning. What he texted me was like, yo, man, GameStop in person, like the store had it, but I don't have enough money on me to buy it. And because I saw it late, I'm just like, fuck! Damn it, it's probably all sold out by now. Because I thought he knew I wanted the Cloud Player 2. So I thought he was telling me GameStop had a Cloud Player 2 in person. So back and forth, we were talking, we were chatting, like, bro, just call the store. Maybe ask them to hold it for you if there is any more. I'm just like, bro, you checked the store a while ago. I doubt it has any more. He texted me, I checked yesterday, LOL. I'm just like, oh. And then I tried to call GameStop to see, like, hey, my friend came over to your store yesterday and he said that he saw you had a Cloud Player 2 amiibo in stock. Do you have it anymore? And can I by chance ask you to hold it for me? I can swing by after work today. Luckily that didn't happen because when I tried calling them, it was busy, you know? He then tried calling. He didn't get answered either. So then he sent me a link to the, flat out Nintendo store, a listing for Sephiroth. I'm just like, brother, that's Sephiroth. He's like, you wanted Sephiroth, didn't you? No, I wanted Cloud Player 2. He's just like, oh. Yeah, no, I didn't see Cloud there. I saw Sephiroth. I'm just like, sir. So it was a rather busy weekend this week. One of my coworkers, well, I don't exactly know what's going on with him. He seems to have a new job. And again, I don't know if he's going to show back up ever again during weekends or not. Because right now, he might be just in the, the training phase. Right? You got to train every new worker of how you do business. Maybe he'll come back during weekends, or maybe, I don't know. Right? I don't know. I will have to say, though, not just because I'm saying this not just because on weekends we have more staff, so they take care of most of the stuff while I just chill in the back and game. I'm saying this genuinely. It was so busy this weekend, we really could have used his help. But, it's okay. We managed. We'll live. It's okay. It would have been... It obviously would have been easier with one more person to help out, but it's fine. It's manageable. We can handle it. And we did handle it. Earlier today, when I went out to buy lunch, I go to this Asian lady all the time because she has the best chicken nuggets with rice. And she fills that box to the brim with food. Plus the chicken nuggets. It's not just rice, there's other vegetables and other stuff with it too, plus the chicken nuggets. So while I was there waiting for my food, these two ladies came up, and they were speaking English. I don't think the lady who, I always buy from really understood too much, because I was just standing there awkwardly, and she asked me, like, can you translate for us? So, of course, I helped translate. So, the lady complained, like, we ordered beef, and we don't believe this is beef. Can we exchange this for something else? And I'm just thinking, first of all, I can just visually see that is absolutely beef. It is like braised beef, It's not your typical beef and broccoli stir fry, right? It's more so braised beef. Like beef short rib. Not exactly beef short rib, but you know what I mean. It is absolutely beef. So, but I didn't want to chime in, I didn't want to butt myself into someone else's business until she asked me to translate. So I translated it like, ma'am, this is absolutely beef. This is not anything else. It's not pork, it's definitely not chicken. It is absolutely beef. I'm saying all this like I said it that way. No, all I said was, that is beef. I did not say chicken or pork. I'm thinking it, though. So then she was saying, like, she's pregnant. And then she was saying how it's dangerous to eat such soft meat, like this braised beef. I don't know. Is that the case? Someone let me know. is it actually dangerous for a pregnant woman to eat quote-unquote soft meat like braised beef compared to like chicken? I don't know. Someone let me know. And you know, here's something that makes sense and does not make sense simultaneously at the exact same time. When a customer orders food and then they end up not liking it, okay, it makes sense. You wanted to try something new and you don't end up liking it. Okay, I get that. Well, if you don't like it, then you don't eat it and then you try to exchange it, right? I don't know, something about asking for a refund when the food's already cooked for you, it's like, in a way, doesn't really make sense to me, and in a way also does. But what really also is that case is you exchanging it, right? Like, you take a couple bites from your food, you don't like it, so you bring it back up to the counter, let's say there's a counter, and then you say, I don't really like this. Can I exchange this for something else? But the thing is, in that case, you have to give back the food that you took a couple bites out of. Because you're exchanging it. You know, you're not about to get another whole meal for free, right? You're not about to get two for the price of one. You return the one you didn't eat, you took a few bites of, but you don't like. You return that, and then you get something else that you may like. In a way, that makes sense, but what doesn't make sense is, well, what's the place supposed to do now with the food that you've touched? They're not going to eat any of it. They're not going to serve it again. At least I hope not. They have no choice but to throw it out. All of it. Even if parts that you didn't touch, because they don't know what part you touched, what parts you didn't. That's not sanitary, so they have no choice but to throw it away. So, it makes sense and does not make sense. It does not make sense because they're just going to throw it out anyways. You've touched it. They can't do anything with it anymore. But it also makes sense because, you know, they're not about to give you a second free meal, right? You have to give back the one you didn't want, you didn't like, you didn't eat. Because you can't just go up to the people and be like, I ate all of it, and I didn't like it. Can I get my money back because I didn't like it? It's like, but you ate all of it. Yeah, but I didn't like it, so I want my money back. Now that for sure does not make any sense. And I know there are some delusional people out there who do that, not only demand their money back, but also demand, like, I want you to cook me something I will like, and I want my money back. Despite me eating all the food I quote-unquote didn't like. I know there are people out there like that. I don't know if the mic picked that up just now. My mom was saying, like, didn't you say you wanted to make banana cake for us? I was about to say back to her, but then, you know, the mic is right next to me. I was about to say, no, you said I was. You said I was going to make banana cake for you. I didn't agree. Because the bananas are ripe. You know. My dad made me go buy bananas. Well, he made me go pick up bananas. My dad and I, we were at the grocery store together. He told me to go and pick up some bananas for my sister because she just doesn't poop every day because she doesn't eat enough to generate enough poop to come out. And supposedly bananas are good for shitting. Something about potassium? I don't know. Yeah, I texted him 15 minutes ago, just about, that I'm about to talk about the boys, and he's a no-show. He didn't even reply. He's probably playing Valorant again. Yep, looks like it. I can see a group of Valorant players. Alright, let's see, what else can I play? Give me a second, I'll be right back. Excuse me, I had to not only go turn off some lights, I also had to clean my nose. Alright, let's get talking about the boys. So this is episode 3 of Les Garçons. So, Huey, yeah, he did indeed kill Translucent, so Translucent's dead. Given the nature of the show, I would not be surprised if he came back to life somehow later on. Maybe Vought, maybe this universe has some sort of like resurrection machine. Or maybe he's like Jia-Ying, you stitch him together again and he just comes back to life. So Huey did indeed kill Translucent. So then, you know, they have to clean it up. They already, they already shooed away Homelander. So now they have to clean up the mess that is the death of Translucent. So, Butcher actually goes and meets a new character. Now, the subtitles, yes, I watch with subtitles, okay? Because sometimes something a character says, it gets slurred up a bit, and it's hard to understand. You know, I like watching with subtitles just to make sure I really understand what the character says. You never know those moments where you just can't hear properly what someone said. It's like, wait, what they say? So yes, I prefer watching with subtitles. I know a lot of people don't. Then again, I don't complain if there are no subtitles. So he actually goes and meets a character named Mother's Milk. Yeah, the subtitles ruined that for me. The subtitle said Mother's Milk, saying whatever his lines were. It wasn't until a good, 10 minutes later into the episode, it's revealed like, my name is Mother's Milk. Like, Butcher kept on calling him MM. So, without the subtitles, I was supposed to be constantly questioning, like, what does MM stand for? And then later on, I find out MM stands for Mother's Milk. Huey's even like, Mother's Milk, is that a nickname? And then he's like, no, my mother actually named me Mother's Milk. I can't tell if he's joking or not. So there is a race between A-Train and Shockwave. Where's Soundwave at? And I couldn't help but notice a parallel between the two of them, especially their appearances. You know, A-Train's whole outfit is blue, and then Shockwave's outfit is orange. If you guys didn't know, orange and blue are indeed opposite colors on the wheel spectrum. The color spectrum. It's not, red and blue are not opposite colors. Blue and orange are opposite. In fact, you look at the spectrum, red and green are opposite. So yeah, A-Train's blue and Shockwave is orange, so they're exactly opposite colors. And you don't need me to point out the fact that, A-Train is black and Shockwave is white. So, they've assembled the Dark Avengers, kinda. Then again, would these guys really be the Dark Avengers? I guess, Dark Avengers versus the Dark Justice League, basically. So, now we have Huey, Butcher, Frenchie, and Mother's Milk trying to take down the Seven and Vought. It only hit me in this episode. Why is Butcher even going against the Seven? Like, what happened to Butcher that caused him to want to take down the Seven and Vought? Now I'm wondering that. We're gonna have to wait for, a second half of the season flashback to Butcher's origin story. So they find the resident of A-Train's girlfriend, which, not gonna lie, that's pretty low, but still, whatever. What was her name? Razorclaw? So the landlord, Alec, yeah, he likes what he sees, he thinks she's pretty, voluptuous. So that gets brought back later on. So then they plan to, spy, I suppose. They want to set up some hidden cameras so they can get dirt on A-Train. He was like, oh, I don't need that. I can just, go to their internet router, blah, 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 set up so that we can see everything inside. Because everything has cameras now. Phones, computers, laptops, they all have cameras that we can see through as long as I get access to the home router or whatever. As scary as that is, that's actually true. Some hacker out there can indeed just basically see your entire house because there are cameras everywhere now. Phones, desktops. Hell, my 3DS camera would probably be able to spy on me. So they go in as a guise of being from a tech company, trying to update their internet or whatever. And this chick has naked pictures of herself up on her walls. That's like Tom Tucker level of, self-love right there, where you just have a big portrait of yourself on your wall. So then they, actually, before that, they leave, and then Huey bumps into A-Train. And A-Train doesn't even recognize Huey. Oh, what a douchebag. You kill his girl, you give him a hollow apology, and then you don't even recognize him. It's exactly how I described the scene last time, where Huey wanted an apology, a face-to-face formal apology, and A-Train basically just went like, hey, sorry man, can I go now? Are we done? I apologize, can I go now? So yeah, what a dick move. A-Train didn't even recognize him. I gotta say, I really don't like these characters so far. I am despising these characters so far. And clearly that's the point. A-Train, up to this point, has been depicted as a huge douchebag, just like the Deep. You don't like these characters. They are not likable people. Homelander, we've actually not seen too much from him just yet. We see, you know, some unhingedness peek out, but not too much yet. We don't really see very much of Maeve just yet. We heard nothing from Black Noir. We don't even see what he's about. Well, Translucent's dead, and, well, Starlight's new to the team. And, you know, speaking of Starlight, about that save she did in the previous episode, yeah, corporate talk. She gets a new suit. Now, I was waiting for this new suit, because I know about this suit's existence. And I will admit, that suit is much sexier. I gotta say, I'm surprised how fast it happened. This is only episode 3 and she's already getting a new suit. If this was a CW show, we would get a new suit, you know, in an entire season. Not 3 episodes in. My brother-in-law is leaving right now. So they're spying into A-Train and, what's her name? Razorclaw? I forget her name. If not Razorclaw, where have I? No, Popclaw. Her name was Popclaw. Where have I heard the name Razorclaw? I think that's a Pokemon item. Razorclaw's a Pokemon item. No, her name is Popclaw. My bad. So, Popclaw, they're spying into the private affairs between A-Train and Popclaw. So, oh my god. So then it's like, do you want me to do the thing? Yeah, do the thing. She starts sucking on his big toe. I'm just like, ugh. No thank you. I may have my, you know, deplorable sexual fantasies, but having my big toe sucked is not one of them. No thank you, ladies. So then we get revealed. First of all, we get revealed what Compound V is. It's kind of like a Velocity 9. Some sort of like drug enhancer. Power enhancer drug. It's unclear at this moment if all of the 7 take it. I doubt Homelander takes it. Or if just A-Train takes it. It's also unclear if, well, I was about to say it's unclear if anyone knows, but Homelander knew, right? Evelyn knew. Not Evelyn. What's her name, Evelyn? Madeline. Madeline knew of Compound V. So yeah, the question is, who else is using Compound V? Because I highly doubt Homelander needs it. So then they go to the race. Like, they devise a plan. They see that A-Train is just a roided up junkie. So they want to get their hands on a sample of Compound V to experiment and possibly replicate it. So they go to the race between A-Train and Shockwave. And I gotta say, that stadium, it looks a lot like, not the Rogers Stadium, but it looks like another stadium in downtown Toronto. Like, I can't confirm if it is or not, because I don't know if the show is shot in Toronto. Then again, they did shoot at one of my friend's university campuses, so that's pretty close by, you know. I don't know if season 1 was shot in Toronto. If it is, I know what stadium that is, or at least I'm aware of it. I don't know the name of it. You know, I've walked past it, walking down CNE, an annual summer fair thing in Toronto. Then again, I think the outside, right? The outside I recognize. The inside looks completely different. So while A-Train is distracted with the race, they go in and, you know, snoop around his gym bag, trying to find a sample of Compound V. At the same time, Starlight and Black Noir are signing autographs. Starlight is in her new sexy suit, and then, you know, she wants a little girl in her old suit wants to take a selfie. And then the new girl, the little girl is like, I'm saving up money to buy, you know, a new cosplay of your new costume, which is very not good for a little girl to be wearing. So then all these, you know, these horny guys are like, Starlight, show us your tits! Bend over a little bit more, like... Well, this show has the balls to, you know, completely roast people at these kind of conventions, because everyone wants that. We all know it. These sort of, like, conventions where people are dressed up, we know that's what guys want. Everyone just has the courtesy not to say it out loud. So, Starlight is not having all this corporate bullshit that Vought deals, which, I gotta say, I really did not expect the show to be like this. Then again, I didn't really have any expectations besides violence, so I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I knew basically nothing about the boys before starting. I didn't expect the boys to have so much, like, corporate surrounding it. You know, so many corporate things. Like, the whole soups thing in this universe is just a big brand. It's just a big, like, marketing brand. I did not expect that for this show. I like it, though. You know, I've never seen any other, like, quote-unquote superhero show do stuff like this. Where they just capitalize and market on everything superhero. Yes, capitalism, exactly. So yeah, I did not expect that for this show, but I like it. You've watched The Boys, right? No shame in feeding? Because I know I'm the only person who has not. Or should I say I have Vought. Unfollow from that? Okay. What else? So, Huey. Yeah, I've seen, like, season 1 and 2. Okay, so I will not be spoiling anything for you, because you've already seen it. So, let's see. Huey, he's posing as a photographer, and then he recognizes Starlight. And I gotta say, that is stupid. It really amplifies the stupidity of the previous episode. Or the couple previous episodes where nobody recognized who Starlight is until she just fought a bunch of rapists in her regular clothes. It wasn't until she wore regular clothes and her face was barely visible on camera, people online started recognizing who she is. Like, that is so stupid. Her face isn't even covered up when she's in the press just wearing a costume. And then the moment she wears regular clothes, everyone recognizes her. And then this scene just amplifies that stupidity, where Huey recognizes Starlight as the girl he met at the park bench, Annie. It's like, my god, that is very stupid writing. That was so stupid. So, yeah, Huey and Annie have a moment, they talk. And my man Huey, his girl died, and then he instantly gets the phone number of a girl who's even badder. I'm not gonna lie. Erin Moriarty, there, that's her last name. Erin Moriarty did look sexy in that outfit, but then again, I know what she looks like now. So, is that really a dub for our boy Huey? In the moment, yes. So, you know, no Velocity 9, I mean, no Compound V in the stadium, because, well, A-Train just took it all just before the race. And I question, like, is that really an event worth showing up for? A race between A-Train and Shockwave? Because you sit down, you buy tickets, you sit down, you're so hype. The race is over within half a second. You know, it takes at least like 2 hours to get the event organized, right? Lineups, you give them your tickets, you get seated, you wait for the event to start. That's at least 2 hours. Just for half a second of events to actually play out. It happens so fast, you actually need a photo finish to be able to see who frickin' won. Like, is that really worth it? You paid, I'm assumingly, you paid who knows how much money for a ticket to this event. Just to see not even 1 second of a race. Wow. Capitalism. So, Mother's Milk has the idea, I cannot believe that name. Mother's Milk has the idea to double check Popclaw. Maybe she still has a, you know, a dose of Compound V, and she does. She actually takes it herself. And then, oh, poor man. Alec comes over trying to get his rent Ditkovich style. But then he gets lured in by her, appeal. And then, yo, rest in peace, because my brother actually died by Snoo Snoo. Like, oh man, what a way to go. Dude received the Red Rush Omni-Man death, but better. So, they're about to do the deed, He's about to get a face full of cheeks. So he's, let's say, he's eating her from the bottom up. But then, as she sits on his face, she kind of not only suffocates him, but also crushes his head, to the point, like, his head caves in and then his brains pop out. Man really died by Snoo Snoo, only it's not crushed pelvises, it's literally a crushed skull. It's a caved-in face. And, what was my friend saying about this show being a little bit too gory for me? So, rest in peace to my man's Alec, because he died by Snoo Snoo. He died eating some ass. He received, you know, the Omni-Man treatment, only not having your head crushed by his hands, but rather being crushed by cheeks. So, rest in peace to Alec, who died by Snoo Snoo. And, well, our group of heroes, quote-unquote heroes, use this as an opportunity. Now they can blackmail her. They're like, we are going to help you clean up this mess. But, in doing so, you're going to tell us everything you know about this. About Compound V. So now they're going to get dirt on A-Train, and they also have someone who has insight onto Compound V. And then the end of the episode, there was also a scene between Homelander and Madeline, like that really mattered to this episode. There was an episode, there was a scene at the end where where Homelander, Deep, and Madeline meet up to discuss a chest, a treasure chest that Deep found in the bottom of the ocean or whatever. They're just like, open it, Madeline. She opens it, you see intestines and guts. It's like, oh my god, is that translucent? We also get revealed, what is the one thing Homelander cannot see through? Zinc. What is the chest made of? There's an awkward pause, an awkward silence. The chest is made of zinc. Yes, the chest is made of zinc. I wonder if that was in the script. Was there awkward pause in the script, or did that kind of just happen? Did Deep's actor forget the line and they just left it in the episode? I wonder if the script actually said awkward pause. So, just like how Superman cannot see through lead, Homelander cannot see through zinc. So, well, every Superman ripoff has to have a weakness, I suppose. Well, except Omni-Man. I'm kidding. I'm sure Omni-Man has a weakness, we just haven't gotten to that point in Invincible yet. And I don't read the Invincible comics, so I don't know. So, the chest also says, we are coming for you. Homelander's like, whoever did this, whoever killed Translucent, just declared war. Oh yeah, there was also a scene in this episode between Homelander and Mauve, where they thwart some people, some villains, some bad people, and then Homelander just fatalities him by punching him straight through the chest. I was expecting him to pull out his heart, but no such thing. I guess they can only do so much gore per episode, at least until the later seasons. We saw brains in this episode, we couldn't see heart either. I really thought Homelander, shoving his fist into the man's chest was about to pull out his heart. Nope, his fist still clenched came out, was just covered in blood. And then they had to make it look like a scuffle, so Homelander, he takes, the rifle that guy had, and he shoots Mauve a bit, making it look like a scuffle happened, when in reality, those people had no chance. Oh yeah, Homelander, being as unhinged as he is, also has some sort of vendetta against Madeline's baby, because, he wants that milk. He wants that mother's milk, and I don't mean the guy. We also see, we also learn that Homelander and Mauve were an item back then, but, we'll have to wait and see why they split up. Maybe she realized he's a little too unhinged. We also got this stare down, this brief stare down between Homelander and Butcher. Homelander thinks nothing of it. And then they do the typical trope where, the character impossibly disappears way too soon, way too fast. Homelander stares down Butcher, he looks up at who won the race, he looks back down, and then Butcher's gone. And the next scene we see him in, he's already in the car driving away. Ooh, suspenseful. Where did he go? He just vanished. Ooh. Yeah, I really am wondering. We're getting little bits of lore behind why Butcher is so vengeful against the Supes, against the Seven and Vought. Then again, we're getting little tidbits, but we don't know the context yet. So all of these little bits, they don't make sense. At least not until that Butcher flashback origin story. Is Butcher the Lex Luthor in this story to Homelander Superman? Then again, he's not exactly rich, genius, or bald. I don't think I missed any other details about episode 3 of The Boys. Can you believe it, folks? Over 5 years of me saying I'm gonna watch this show, and I'm finally watching it. When all my friends have watched it, when all my friends have been screaming at me to watch it, after the hype for the show has died down, now I'm deciding to watch it. So yeah, did I miss anything? Wow, half an hour listening to this song already? It's good background music. Alright, I may as well talk about Oshinoko before anything else happens. So episode 3 of Oshinoko Season 2, I like this episode. Much better than the first 2 episodes. I like this episode much more. We actually start off with Ruby. She was barely in this season. She was actually barely in this episode. She was just in the opening scene for the episode where she's talking with her friends. But she doesn't feel like she's able to brag enough about her life, so then... oh, what was the character's name again? Ah, I forget her name. She asked for more jobs, more performances. We also see Memcho for the first time in the season. I really hope we're gonna see more of them be Kamachi by the end of the season. I really hope we're gonna see more of them, or more performances by them by the end of the season, because it was even pointed out that, well, we can't really do any performances because one of our members, being Kana, is busy with the play right now, so we can't even think about doing performances until the play is over. And then we cut to the quote-unquote date between Akane and Ruby, and Aqua, where they're going to see an actual, like, you know, play so that Aqua can get a sense of why they're great. Aqua comes out of the play completely a changed man. He now understands the appeal of plays. They even dropped one little detail in this show, which I didn't know. And I don't know if this is real life or not. Everything else about this show really leans into real life stuff. Like, you know, the first episode flat out using Twitter.com. So Aqua just flat out mentions that the play uses full advantage of the what's the name of it again? Not the atrium. Whatever, the performance hall. They use full advantage of the performance hall because they have a 360 rotating audience to really get the audience immersed. I'm just like, no, that's a thing? That's a thing in Japan? Is that really a thing in Japan? Where if you watch a play, there are theaters where the audience seats rotate 360 so you can see more? No, if that's the case, I want to experience it. I want to see a real life play with rotating seats. You know, I can appreciate a good play every now and then. So yeah, he is completely changed by his view of his views of plays are completely changed. And then it's revealed that Goa actually wrote that play as well. I don't know why Goa's name is in all caps in the subtitles. Like Goa-kun, G-O-A is all caps, but K-U-N is lowercase. I don't know why that is the case for the subtitles, but okay. So, you know, Goa, poor scriptwriter guy, he loves plays, he loves theater with all his heart, he pours his soul into writing the script, but Abiko just doesn't approve because she just doesn't feel like her work is done justice. And until this little debacle can be sorted out, rehearsals are halted. Because they don't have a script, they can't rehearse. So they're trying to help out Goa by not having him basically fired. So they go to Yoriko's place to try to talk to her. And then we get some like lore dump about Yoriko and Abiko, how they're both manga writers. Abiko has like a monthly release deadline, although Abiko, she has a weekly release. Let me tell you, a weekly release is quite hectic, especially for the fact that Abiko does everything herself. Draws the characters, illustrates the characters, color in everything. She does it all herself. So she needs to release an entire freaking manga volume, all done by herself, every single week. Because she doesn't trust others to do it. She doesn't trust other producers, other illustrators to do her work with her, to reduce the workload. No, she does it all herself, which is killing her. So Yoriko goes over, not only helps out Abiko, but also kind of like gives her a slap in the face, metaphorically. Because the two of them just dump everything out at that point. They're just yelling back and forth about everything that has been building up inside them. And that's majority of the rest of the episode. The rest of the episode is mostly Yoriko and Abiko just constantly yelling back and forth. And, well, it seems like Abiko kind of broke through a little bit. Maybe being a little more open to interpretations of her work being done. Because that's a good thing. Interpretations of work is a good thing. If it's a direct translation from, you know, source material to screen, then it's like, well, then there's not really too much creativity put in. It's one thing to be accurate with the source material, but it's another thing to just basically copy and paste word for word. You know, there's some things that work for different mediums. There's some things that work for a manga or comic book medium that just don't work on the screen or being performed in front of you. So Abiko gets the ticket to the play that Aqua gave her, and then the episode ends, where she's about to step into this fascinating, amazing play that Goa wrote. She's gonna have her third eye opened by the end of, or by the start of the next episode. At least, possibly. We'll have to see. Maybe the next episode will start off by her still roasting Goa and calling his work trash. We'll have to see. That is like the biggest TLDR of episode 3. I might stop a little bit earlier tonight, much to my disappointment, because I want to sit here and do nothing but shiny hunt. Thing is, my family wants me to do some baking. They want me to cook, I guess. And I can't do that while I'm doing this. And I didn't have time to do that earlier because I was about to come on and do this. And if I do it too late, then, well, they can't eat it until tomorrow. And they want to eat it by tonight. They want me to make it, bake it, and then they want it to cool off completely, and then they can eat it tonight. Ugh. I'll go for 2 hours tonight, cause it's 10:48 p.m. right now. I think I'll stop at 11:30. I started at 9:30. I'll stop at 11:30, unless I can get the shiny, in which case I can end right now. Oh, why is this thing not shiny? Why is it not shining? Ugh. Where's my bacon at? Oh, my dog just opened the door. I'm seeing here a short, how to legally get free food, 9.9 million views. Shorts. Is that a hair on my screen, or is my... Nope, that's just a crack on my phone screen. It's okay. Phone screen protector, I should say. You know, for like 2 years, my phone screen protector has been cracked, and I just don't bother to get it changed. I've been poked every now and then by, you know, broken glass, but it's okay. I don't know, I just know it's going to break again, so like... Why waste the $10? So when's the shiny? If it was up to me now, well actually if it were up to me, I would not have even gotten this far without it. How are you, my friend? Any update on those packages? Nope, forever stuck in limbo? Oof. You know, I have to, like, at work, I always have to tell people now. They always ask, like, how long is it going to take? I always have to tell them, well, you know about shipping. You know how shipping is these days with all the companies. And also, we're getting closer towards the holidays, so, yeah, I would not place my bets on this being ready before even New Year's. So when people ask me, when will this be ready? I'm saying probably past New Year's. Probably. If it's sooner, I'll let you know, but just expect probably not until New Year's will it be ready. Alright, I think 18 minutes of this song is enough. Let's see what else we can listen to. Kokiri Forest? Also, I need to pick up Pokemon Y sometime after I come back. Pokemon Y. Why are you playing that game again? Is it because it's technically the highest rated Pokemon game there is? Pokemon Y specifically, not Pokemon X. Pokemon X doesn't live up to the hype as Pokemon Y does. No, because you have it. Oh. Do I? What? Wait a second, what? Because I have it. Pretty sure, no? No? I don't think so. I don't think you gave me your game. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna go close my door real quick. Yeah, I take it back. I don't think you ever gave it to me to begin with. You never gave me your Pokemon Y. You gave me your, you let me borrow your 3DS for like 6 months, and it came with your Omega Ruby. Remember when I needed to trade in this... Well, no. Remember when I needed to trade in X to get the shiny charm? Well, you were unavailable, so our friend helped me with that. So you would have had no reason to let me borrow your Pokemon Y. Huh? You just DM'd me. Huh? Do you have my Y? I replied yes, no. Huh? Now I don't even remember. Did you ever give it to me? What was the reason? Or did you? Wait a second. Well, it's clearly not in this table in front of me. Did you? Wait, what was the reason you would even give me your Y? Do you remember what the Oh, from the Japanese Ditto. Right, that's why. Wait, hold on. Let me think. Let me think. For the Japanese Ditto, and then what happened after that? Okay, I replied yes, no, because you asked me, am I at work? Yes. Do you have my Y? No. I gave it to you during the summer. I probably took it back during reading week or something. I don't remember. Did I give it back to you? Yeah, yeah, you did have a reason to give me your Y, but now I'm thinking, like, did I ever give it back? Because I remember that, I think I remember, I didn't, I don't think I had my 3DS that day, so I wasn't able to just accept you graciously giving me a Ditto, and then you take back the game. I think I had to borrow it, and then give it back to you at some point. Did I ever give it back to you? Oh, I'm gonna have to look around. Unless this is it right here. You know what? This might be it right here. I think I found it. But I have to check. I gotta go into the game and see, like, is this one mine or yours? Been so long, apparently. You don't remember? Wasn't this in August? Not even 6 months ago? Yeah, this was the end of August. Wait, hold on. Let me check. Is this game yours or mine? Hold on. Because if I have 2 Y copies, then that would answer it. Oh, never mind. There are 2 Ys sitting here. Okay. Okay, never mind. I found it. Because there's this Y copy right here that has the, you know, the traded in. And then there's this... Oop, there's this one right here that doesn't. So, clearly, I have 2 Y copies. Never mind. I have it. Never mind. I do have it. Doesn't should be mine. Yeah, one of these inside has the receipt. It even has circled $2 guarantee warranty or whatever. Because I bought this recycled. I bought this pre-used. So, like, you know, $2. $2, if anything goes wrong with it, you can exchange it. It even says Christopher, the name of the person who helped me that day. What's the date of this, I wonder? I have the receipt right here. What's the date of this? Okay, glad you didn't lose it or something. I'm glad about that too. Or I'm losing my memory. We both lost our memories, and we're both glad I didn't lose it. Especially me. Would have lost something else once again. It says, the receipt here says July 26, 2017. That was 7.5 years ago. I bought this copy of Y. And that was 4 years after the game came out. Anyways, when are you coming back? Who knows? Wouldn't you knows? If anyone knows, wouldn't you be the one who would knows? No. That's not the one I was thinking of. Am I thinking of Boss Battle Theme 1? Yeah, this one. I don't know why. This song suddenly just came to mind, so we're gonna listen to it. Would you guys be interested in seeing me play Subspace Emissary? I dread doing the Great Maze. Alright, so I'm going to do this for just about 20 more minutes. 22 and a half more minutes. Ugh. I love that little jingle there at that time. You know, I saw this reel on Instagram that kind of scared me. It was just about like, all right, I'm now an adult. I'm in my 20s. I'm in my early 20s, or rather, I just turned 20. I got my entire 20s to figure out my life. And then, whoa, I'm already 25? How'd that happen? I was literally 20 like yesterday. Yep, you spent all your 20s, you spent all your early 20s just gaming, having fun. You know, you thought you had a lot of time, and look at you now. Already half of your 20s is over. It's like, okay. I still have the other rest, the second half of my 20s. I can still figure out my life then. Oh, I'm 30 now? I didn't do anything in my 20s. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of scared me, because, that's kind of how I'm thinking. I'm like, I have my entire 20s to figure out my life, and right now, well, let's just say I'm closer to my mid-20s than I am my young 20s. My early 20s. Oh, fuck. I am closer to my mid-20s than I am my early 20s. Oh, shit. And I have not accomplished jack shit in my early 20s. Yeah, so what? I graduated college, big deal. Big companies, yeah, that license. Oop, you are not about to play a TELUS ad right now. Yeah, big companies they wipe their asses with that. So like, big deal. I graduated college, big deal. And anyone else ever find not remembering something scary? Like just now, how I clearly didn't remember I borrowed No Shame in Feeding's Pokemon Y copy. Anyone else find that scary sometimes? You don't remember, but you lived through it, you've gone through it, you just have no memory of it ever happening. Despite knowing for a fact you lived through it, you went through it. I have no memory of being an infant, a baby. Yet I know I lived through it. I know I went through that phase of my life. But that's forgivable, right? Something like this, where I borrowed someone's game and I don't even remember it. It's like, wow, that's kind of scary. I know I was there. I know I did it. Why do I have no memory of it? Why no shiny? Tell me, please. Why no shiny? You don't think anyone at Game Freak, when designing shiny Yveltal, were also thinking, like, this kind of resembles bacon, no? You think the fans are gonna think this looks like bacon? Oh, definitely. If we think it looks like bacon, the fans will definitely think it looks like bacon. You know who else I think kind of looks like bacon? Lurantis. You know, that cartoony bacon? Yeah, I feel like Lurantis also looks like bacon. Though that's probably just me. About 15 more minutes of this bullshit, and then I'm gonna go cook. You guys realize that the moment I find and catch shiny Yveltal, we are going to be embarking on the hardest shiny to get in this entire challenge, shiny Zygarde. You know, hunting shiny Zygarde is going to take much longer, right? Unless I get very lucky with it, which I'm not counting on. The last time I hunted for shiny Zygarde, it took 12 days of non-stop hunting, all day long, doing nothing but Zygarde. 12 days. Oh! You're not playing a Wix ad right now. I do not have ad block, okay? I don't have ad block, nor do I have something like Spotify. I do indeed have the shiny charm for this. Not for the other game, though. Not for Xerneas. You know, earlier today, I had to help a customer. I had to help pay for a customer's watch battery replacement. So my store, we have a couple of watches for sale. We sell a couple of G-Shocks. And, well, not many people buy the watches. Yesterday someone did, and then they came back today saying, well, the battery's dead. We don't replace the battery watches ourselves because none of us know how to. But you know, there are stores in the mall that do. So what I had to do was, out of my own pocket, pay for someone to pay for someone's battery watch to be replaced. Which, I guess it kind of doesn't make sense for, you know, you to buy a watch only for the battery to be dead, and then you're expected to pay for the battery to be replaced on your own. But then again, I can also see that being exactly the case. You're also just, I assume, not supposed to buy a watch where the battery's dead. I don't know, I don't buy watches, I don't like wearing watches, I know nothing about watches. I don't even know how to set the time on a watch, okay? I don't know this stuff. My friends are big watch enthusiasts. Not me, though. They talk about watches, I have no idea what's happening. In fact, they said Swatch, and I thought it was a typo at first. No, it turns out Swatch is a brand of watches. It's just the word watch with an S. Swatch. So I thought they just made a typo, but no, that's an actual brand. Yeah, I don't know a lot about watches. I don't even know a lot of brands of watches. I know G-Shock, Fossil, Swatch, you know. I know nothing about watches. I don't wear watches. I don't like wearing watches. You know, I previously didn't see the point of really wearing watches, because, like, if I need to know the time, I could just real quick pull up my phone and double check. There was one instance where I could have seen a watch be useful. My sister's wedding. Because my fat ass was wearing a very tight suit. You know, sometimes it was actually kind of hard to reach down into my pants pocket and pull out my phone. Like, in that case, I recognize, okay, a watch in this very scenario would have been useful. But I'm not going to buy a watch just to use for a wedding that I will go to, like, you know, once every half a decade, maybe. I don't attend weddings that often. I wasn't about to buy a whole ass watch just for my sister's wedding and then never wear it ever again until the next wedding I go to, like 5 years later, 10 years later. So aside from that very specific instance, yeah, I don't need a watch and I don't plan to ever need a watch. Well, watch one day I lose my phone and then I'm not able to tell the time anymore. Okay, so 5 more minutes for tonight and then I'm gonna bounce. You know what, let's circle back to Forest Temple for the rest of the 5 minutes. You know, there are theories about what the Forest Temple is, why there's a big abandoned mansion in the middle of the Lost Woods. Because that's essentially what the Forest Temple is, or was. It had rooms, staircases, a basement. What looked like an entire indoor balcony, too. This will be the last reset because we are seconds away from hitting 2 hours. Last reset. Okay, no. No shiny tonight. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to call it early for tonight, much to my disappointment. Well, I'll see you all next time for more of this nonsense. Defining Einstein's definition of insanity. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye.